Yo, what's up, guys? It's Ken from the FoulMouthsNetwork, and we're back with our second episode of Keepin' It 100. And we got a crazy night tonight, guys. What's going on?
Nothing much.
We got the Filthy Mouth Gamer, and we also got our boy Lucky Low, and the producer G behind the whole wizardry of this whole thing. Guys, we got to start off with this fucking guy climbing up Trump Plaza. What the fuck? Honestly.
I hope he fucking Spider-Man.
No, honestly, you know, the first thing I thought was, all right, this is like some kind of fucking person who hates Trump or some kind of terrorist or who the fuck knows. And then you come to find out that the guy was climbing Trump Plaza because he wanted to speak to Trump.
I think he's looking for attention.
You think?
He got it.
Yeah, he fucking got it, all right. And you know our media here in New York, you know, right away, they're like, guys, we're going to skip this little segment we're going to do and stay right with this in case this guy splats on the floor because we want to be there.
I know, it's unbelievable.
You know, so they skipped everything. And I think it was going on for like close to, I think, 3 or 4 hours, they said. You know, this guy got, I guess, up to the 19th floor and they started fucking taking windows out to try to deter him in the certain spots of the building. And they got him in the spot they wanted. And they were talking to him and shit for a little while. I mean, it was pretty cool.
He's out of his fucking mind.
The dude is fucking nuts. I mean, but one guy said it looked like Jacob DeGrom from the New York Mets. He's climbing the fucking. That's who they thought it was at first because of what's going on with the Mets lately, man. They were like, Jacob's climbing the fucking Trump. Oh, God.
Everybody's crying over A-Rod.
I thought we'd see David Wright coming up behind him any moment. That fucking guy, if there's anybody should climb a building and fucking fall, it's that guy. Anyway, they sucked him into the window of New York City's finest. And they got his ass in there, which was pretty cool. If you saw it on TV, a little dramatic. They had the dramatic going. You know, they acted like they were talking to him at first. And I saw the one cop who's a pretty big dude. I saw like 5 cops behind them all holding on to each other. So you knew they were getting ready to make a move. The newscasters were saying that they had a fucking, like a blow-up mattress at the bottom of the building or some shit for this guy. I'm like, yeah, that's going to help him from 21 fucking stories up.
Why bother? Just clear the fucking street and kick him off the fucking building.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you trying to
jam? Fuck that
Why
guy.
you put cushions on a fucking, why you put anything under this guy at that point?
I know.
You're just disrupting all of New York City and what's going on. And I'll tell you right now, yeah, people were looking up at that building, but New York City people, they're going home to their families. They don't give a fuck if a guy's hanging off the side of the building. They care more about traffic, and that created a lot of it.
Yeah, anything else to make Trump look like shit.
Well, I mean, this guy claims that he's a Trump guy, and he did it, you know, he wanted to talk to Trump. He said, what other reason would Trump speak to me unless I'm climbing his fucking building, you know?
Was Trump even there?
Still not going to talk to him.
Trump was not there, and this, I mean, it's over now. He ain't going to talk to him now. What kind of fucking leverage does he have? He's sitting in a New York City fucking cell right now, cockroaches waiting to be arraigned in the morning. Well, let me tell you something. You know, he was kind of stupid because if you watched it like I did, you could see on the side, he actually had a shot to go up the other side of the building, which there was a scaffolding there, like a window cleaner guy. He had a shot to go over to that side, but at the last second, the cops were grabbing him. I seen his arm grab the edge of the building like, you're going to stop 16 cops from dragging your, and he's a skinny dude, dragging his ass in there. All I saw was a set of fucking little skinny legs hanging out the fucking window after like 2 seconds. They wrapped him up, bang, he was done. He was done.
The guy climbed the building with suction cups. What do you think? Trump was gonna pick him up in his private jet on the top of the roof?
He's gonna hover alongside him with the helicopter.
Oh, what the fuck was he thinking?
Yeah, listen, here comes the chopper now. Bring the chopper in. Here, bring the chopper in right now. We got the chopper going. We're gonna pick this guy up, throw the rope. Hey, DeGrom. Hey, DeGrom, grab the fucking rope. Hey, DeGrom, it's me, Donald Trump. Listen, I know you can't hear me with the chopper, but listen, I know the Mets are bad. I'm a Yankee fan. No, don't jump. No. You know, they're like, come on, DeGrom, throw him a rope. You know, they got the fucking chopper out there. No, instead, this guy looked like a schmuck. He got sucked in through the window like a tornado got him and on the fucking 6 o'clock news. Great job. You got 21 floors up and you got sucked in like a fag. You know what I mean?
All right, he got nowhere.
The fucking funny thing is, Trump's got such a giant fucking ego. I wouldn't put it past him that he put this guy up to it to be in the news again. He's got to be in the news every fucking day, or he's not happy.
I just don't understand. Every time you watch the media, right, they're always talking positive about Hillary, but you never hear nothing good about fucking Trump. It's all one-sided.
Listen, it all doesn't matter. This whole election is a sham. It's theater. Hillary's she's already the president. She's, you know what I mean?
That's if she don't fucking have a fucking brain aneurysm first.
Well, really, a brain aneurysm. Listen, I wish on everything that she'd wake up tomorrow with fucking 4th fucking stage cancer on the top of her clit. And I wish it would fucking spread from her clit to the inside walls of her cunt. And then by the time she fucking woke up, it would be in the bone marrow of her fucking hips. That's what I wish on that cunt. I swear to God.
That's why they call him the filthy mouth gamer, because he likes to play games, and that's how he talks on the reg.
But no, I'm serious. She's such a fucking cunt, and she's such a criminal.
All right, but listen. So the Clintons have enough for Bill to turn around and her to turn around to the FBI and be like, listen, we don't care what the fuck you found. We don't give a shit what you got. He ain't doing nothing, right? Do we agree on that? They have evidence.
But now the state is involved.
But they got enough evidence.
So now she's getting scared.
Yeah, but you know what? She's going to pardon herself. She'll be able to pardon herself in 6 months.
Well, what about all the people that are showing up dead that had things on her? The guy who helped leak these fucking emails through WikiLeaks gets 2 shots to his back out of nowhere.
Fucking criminal.
Listen, guys, we know where we're living. We know what time it is. I mean, you want to get into that? That's a whole nother fucking realm.
Their time is up.
We could talk about that for fucking days and hours, and definitely have enough factual evidence to prove it. I mean, it's out there. Everybody knows what's going on. But the bottom line is, it's wrapped up. She's going to win it. She's our next president. So it's either get with it, you go against it.
I don't think so. Honestly, I think that there's going to be a civil war. So get your shit ready to go.
Let me tell you something. My sister lives in Staten Island, right? She has a friend who's an artist. This guy made a huge T. It was in red, white, and blue in the color of the American flag, right? So it's a nice little neighborhood in Staten Island, right off the Victory Boulevard over there. And you know what they did with that T? They set the fucking thing on fire. They set the whole fucking thing on fire.
Well, because they thought he was transgender. That's what the T was for.
Well, I mean, hey. But they set it on fire. So the whole fucking neighborhood now all band together. And I got to tell you, in that little area, there were people who weren't Trump supporters who now are, because they saw shit like that. And like you said, Lo, you brought it up before. In the media, you really don't hear anything good about Trump. All you're hearing right now is negative, negative, negative. It's been that way since the whole thing, since the beginning of him running, to be honest. The only time you hear any good about him is when he's saying it,
This guy on the news the other day, I was watching the news, and you heard about this guy in New Jersey. He was wearing a Donald Trump shirt, and he got the shit beat out of him. Yeah. And the cops didn't do nothing about it. But if somebody was wearing a Hillary shirt, you bet fucking money that motherfucker be locked up right now.
Well, there's plenty of videos on YouTube right now where you can see videos of Trump supporters getting their ass kicked just by, not even Hillary supporters, but just people who are against Trump anyway. Not even people who are going to vote Hillary. They just fucking hate Trump. They think he's the biggest racist. And a lot of these people are listening to what the media is spewing out and all that shit. Is Trump a racist? Do you guys think Trump is a racist at all?
Not at all.
I think Trump is a brilliant manipulator of people. That's what he is. And he's always been that way. And if you go back when he did a Larry King interview in like the 80s, Larry King asked him, he said, how do you control a conversation? So he said, I'll show you.
How do you control a conversation?
He says, I'll show you.
Have a goddamn full-on stroke.
No, Donald Trump said, he said, I'll show you. So Donald Trump goes, your breath really smells. Anybody ever tell you that? Let me sit back here. And he goes, no, nobody's ever told me that. That's how he takes control of the conversation. He attacks you. He puts you on the defensive. And now it doesn't matter what he says. Like now you're the douche.
Like when he says, beat the fuck out of that guy. Get him out of this convention hall right now. And bash his skull on the way out.
Yeah, I wish I could just punch him in the face. The best part was when he talked about his dick in the debate. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, that was when he talked about the size of his dick.
Face it, this guy is going to spots and places that no other candidate has. I mean, literally, he's talking.
Aren't we tired of being politically correct?
Yes, I am. And sometimes when I watch and I hear Trump do these things, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Fuck that. Yeah, I'm happy. You know what I mean? I'm happy that he's saying that or being that way. But then sometimes I look at the guy and he's over the top. You know what I mean? He's like really, really just over the top with some of the shit that he says. And you know the deal. You know how these guys are. Some of them have to, it's the whole shock value.
That's how he is. He keeps it fresh. He keeps it real. He doesn't hide nothing. I mean, we all feel a certain way. We can all agree with certain things that he says. A lot of the time they make it like we're not supposed to speak that way. But come on. The way I see it is we're working very hard to pay for people on welfare. And I think it's bullshit.
And listen, let's also talk about how, honestly, there is a divide in this country. And I really think it's built from the politicians up, down through the media, down through all these like 1% people that It's like us being white guys or Puerto Rican or whatever the fuck you are. It's like there's a divide between black and white in this country. It's like the government, for some reason, and these politicians do not want to see blacks and whites on the same page together.
The scariest day that they ever had for the government was September 12th, 2001, when everybody was on the same page.
Yeah, and you know something? I guarantee you ask most 90% of white people, 90% of black people, those 2 days after 9/11, right? Especially if you lived in a tri-state area of New York, you felt like, hey, that black guy in the street is just as much my fucking brother as my brother at home.
You'll never break New York.
I know I felt that way. I felt that way. I always feel that way, but I felt that way that day even more. I felt the pride. Yo, it doesn't matter what fucking color you are. It doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter. They attacked Americans, and you're an American first. I think the government just does not want to see blacks and whites on the same fucking page.
I think it's every race. They just want to divide everybody.
It's mostly blacks and whites, man. It really is. It really is. They drive, and they are doing it with Mexican, and they are. You're right. It is with everybody. They do drive a wedge in every race. You're all right.
I think it's more driving a wedge between the middle class and the poor people. That's the real wedge they want to drive, because if the middle class and the poor people got on the same fucking page, they would know that the rich.
I mean, yeah, but you could say the same thing for blacks and whites. You know what I mean? If they got on the same page, the country.
But like in our area. In like the tri-state area, like the black people are the poor people, you know what I mean? But you go in the Midwest, the poor people are white, you know what I mean? And they get the same shit that blacks would get in New York or New Jersey or Connecticut. You know what I mean?
I mean, I do know. Listen, I do know a lot of blacks out on Long Island that are rich as fuck, that are doctors, lawyers. You know what I mean? But there's a smaller percentage out here than there is in Middle America, where there are a lot of fucking rednecks just sitting there doing meth all day and fucking their sister. You know what I mean? For a bag of Doritos. So I mean, I understand where you're coming from. There's more scumbags in Middle America that are white than anything. Those are the people that are like really.
I don't think we could put a label on it nowadays. It's 2016. Everybody's fucking mixed nowadays.
Oh no, I know, but I mean,
we can't put a label on this white black shit anymore.
Bottom line is, they just whether it's black or white or middle class
yellow,
versus
purple.
lower class. They do not want us all on the same page, because it keeps us fighting each other instead of fighting.
It keeps them
real
stronger.
Fight. Yeah, it keeps us fighting each other and killing each other. Instead of worrying about them, which is the real fucking problem, the 1% in this country who could give a fuck about us.
And then we go chase Pokemon.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, everybody's got to live. There's no problem with chasing Pokemon if you want to do that. And you know what? Listen, I know so many people are down on this Pokemon thing. It's like, listen, it's getting fat fucks like me to get up and walk around. If it's doing that at the least, then it's doing something positive to me.
I think after the guy in Brooklyn, when he caught them all, I think it started to die out.
Yeah, there was that one guy.
What did it do for him when he caught them all? Did he get sucked off? Did he? You know what I mean? Was there Pokemon powers? Did a guy in a Pikachu outfit show up at his front door and toss a salad? Like, what the fuck really happened?
It did nothing for the guy to catch all the Pokemon. It did nothing for him. Absolutely nothing.
No, everybody wanted to be number one to collect them all.
I'll tell you what, he walked around a lot. I'll tell you, he fucking did some miles, that fuck, to get all those Pokemon. What'd you say?
Yeah, but weren't guys cheating and shit? Weren't they like tying the fucking phone to their dog and shit? And
yeah, I heard of that. And then you get guys like, what's his name on YouTube? PewDiePie. You get guys like PewDiePie who fucking sit there and learn how to upload it on their laptop, because they know every fucking tech from here to fucking Oshkosh. And he had it loaded up on his fucking laptop. The guy was catching Pokemon with his laptop in his room.
God, let me tell you something. That's one thing playing video games that pisses me off, is when I hear PC Master Race, I want to just fucking stab someone, because
I know what you mean.
My God, like, I don't want to play a fucking game with my keyboard. Give me a fucking break. You know what I mean?
Listen, I understand where you're coming from, and I'm a console guy, but you get guys who were console guys and then switch over to the PC, and they're like, I'm never fucking going back to a console, bro.
Listen, I understand the graphics are better, the frame rate's better. Yeah. I get all that shit, but I like to sit on my couch with my controller in my hand. I don't have to do any updates. I don't have to worry about shit downloading to the fucking background. I just play the fucking thing, and then I shut it off when I'm done. And that's that.
I understand that, but you got to also understand, on the computer, these games are just another level.
They are. I agree.
You can play with more people, multiplayer when you're doing it. You could, there's missions, there's better games involved with certain games. It's just a better feeling to it. Once you learn the controls and everything, the cheesy controls of using a PC when you're playing gaming.
But the PC gamers are hateable cunts.
Yeah.
They're just hateable, elitist cunts that want to say, I got a fucking new $500 graphics card. Go fuck you. These guys talk about their PCs as if they would suck its dick if it
No, I got news for you. They would.
Seriously.
Some of them would suck its dick, man.
Oh, my God.
Some of them would. They would.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
They're at home licking the hard drive. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna blow on my hard drive.
Geek Squad.
Yeah, So I mean, you got that going on now, and then we can't forget about what's going on in the news also, and you guys seen it. Fucking downfall of the New York Mets, man. I mean, it's horrific to see what this team is doing now.
I don't know what's worse, New York Mets or the Black Lives Matter movement.
Oh, A-Rod retiring this week from baseball. Can you believe? I mean, why would this guy retire now? He wouldn't go to the end of the season. I don't get that.
I heard something about he's just not hitting anymore. I don't understand.
I understand that, but it's just, I don't know. But he's staying on with the squad, which is even more weirder. He's
but how many times are we going to talk about A-Rod in the news? He's on steroids. He's not on steroids.
It's probably the last time, man. That's why. That's why it's such a hot topic this week. It's all over the New York sporting news, all over the place. A-Rod. And the Mets fucking just shitting the storm up and not looking good. And they look like they're done for the year now, too. They got so many injuries. So that part is wrapped up. Baseball season's almost over. The Yankees are not going to make the playoffs this year. Baseball in New York is not good this year, man, at all. And this is after the Mets going to the World Series last year.
It's a shame.
It is, man. It is. Baseball in New York does not look good lately, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I don't even like it no more. That's the problem.
Listen, when I walked away from baseball like fucking over 10 years ago, every summer since then has been so relaxing. And I get to just sit back and watch. Because this is the problem I have with baseball players. They're such cunts that if they hurt their little pinky, I'm on the 15-day DL. Meanwhile,
not all of them are like that.
Meanwhile, you got hockey players that are pretending they're not hurt. You know what I mean?
They get their fucking teeth knocked out.
But that's a whole different sport, man. Hockey is just a different beast entirely. Baseball is a brain first sport. Hockey is like just a bang first, think later. You know what I mean? And baseball is just it's a traditional sport. It's an old sport. It takes time. It's not as rah-rah as the NFL is today, which is starting very soon. We got preseason coming in. Mike, when do the Giants have their first preseason game? Do you know?
No, I don't, because I don't give a flying fuck about the preseason. because really, at the end of the day, you're only going to see let's see, this is the first game, so you would probably see one series, maybe two of the first team, and then after that, you're just going to see fucking second string and third string. So I really don't give a fucking Wizards cunt.
Oh, I do. I love preseason football. You get to see the young guys come in, see what's going on as far as what changes were made to the coaching staffs. If you're into it that much, then it's a good time of the season for a lot of guys to start scouting people as far as drafts coming up and fantasy teams and all that shit that's going to be starting very soon.
I'd rather watch Harry Potter.
You'd rather watch Harry Potter than football, bro?
I'd rather watch the new Harry Potter movie, and I heard it sucks.
Wait, then what? Then preseason football or football in general?
He's saying football in general.
Well, he's gay. I mean, what do you want me to tell you?
Listen, Hermione's black. Is that racist?
Hermione's black? What do you mean Hermione's black?
In a new Harry Potter.
No, this is all new characters.
Right, they're all new.
Yeah, it's not Hermione.
Oh, I don't know anymore.
Yeah,
I still rather watch it than football.
It's like a prequel to the Potter days, you know what I mean? It's like one of those things.
Yeah.
God, she said she was done writing the Harry Potter movies, but I guess not. I guess she kind of lied about that.
Oh, and you get a big fat check.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's definitely bank. Speaking of bank money and check, what'd you think of the season of Game of Thrones, Filthy Mouth Gamer?
I thought it was fucking
overall, the whole season, feel.
I saw a lot of people complaining about it online, but some people just complain just to complain. But that 9th episode, the Battle of the Bastards, that was the greatest fucking war scene I have ever seen in my life.
He's the true king, Mike. Jon Snow. I will follow the true Keepin. You want to turn your fucking phone off? I'll follow the true Keepin. Yeah, we're doing a podcast here. Yeah. You're real fucking professional. You're real great.
Got something he's sprinkling fucking pixie dust.
Yeah, look, I just got an email. Want to check your fucking email? No, but anyway. So, Jon Snow is the true king, and I will follow the true king. This guy's ready to follow any true king, right? He's like him and fucking Lady Melisandre over there. Hey, we're going to follow Jon Snow now. Well, you know what? I don't think you have too much of a fucking choice going on, honey. You know, considering you got the last guy decapitated. You know? I can't wait to see what's going to happen with that next season with Melisandre. They told her to leave. You know she's still in the picture, but there's like a lot of questions that they didn't answer at the end of this fucking season.
Oh, I would love to break it. Oh, Melisandre, I'd love to break into her asshole like a burglar, dude. Oh my God, dude.
She's like 100 years old, bro.
No, all right, you're talking about like the character. I'm talking about the actress here.
Yeah, she is hot, but you know, once they showed her like a fucking saggy old twat, I was just,
dude, I would still fuck that saggy old twat.
Oh
Dude.
my God.
Dude. I'd fucking wash my face in her ancient cunt. Seriously. Like it's a face wash. Like the eye wash in fucking science class, I would just make her squirt her fucking ancient goo up my nostrils.
Yeah. So anyway, so listen, it's going to be a while till Game of Thrones comes back into the picture, right? They said it's going to be at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Next summer.
I think they said we're going to get 7 episodes each.
And then, then the season after they said 6, but they didn't say that's definite.
Well, I could have sworn I read something. They said that there's definitely 13 episodes left, but I could be wrong. It's either 12 or 13 or 14, somewhere in there. But we know that there's only one more season after the next. That's for sure. And then we got another show, The Walking Dead.
Great show.
Lo, you watched The Walking Dead, right? I fell out about it about a season ago. I fell out because it just started dragging on for me, and that was it. I couldn't do it no more.
The other one that they made, I'm not crazy about. I never watched that.
Yeah, I tried it. Kind of like a prequel of when it started to happen, right?
Oh, it's horrible. I don't know what they were doing. Yeah, I don't know what direction they thought they were going with that.
There's no direction. They just want to squeeze every fucking dime out of something. That's their fucking
right. You know what? Yeah. It does have a following, that show, somewhat of a following. It's not, I mean, I don't think it's that bad.
Very small.
They didn't cancel it.
I think what happened is a lot of people are going to steer away from watching it now because of this.
Yeah.
They're kind of overkill. It's overkill.
Eating chicks out on their period has a following too. Doesn't mean it's good.
Hey, I think just about everything has a following nowadays. Trust me.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
I think just about everything.
You know what a furry is? Did you ever hear those?
I was just talking about fucking furries before, Mike. Where are you?
What about the fucking what are those other assholes with the My Little Pony? The bronies?
Those are called bronies. Yes. My favorite guy on YouTube, Tommy NC 2010. He has a friend who's on his show every once in a while, who's a fucking brony, right? Lorenzo, you saw that guy, right?
What is that? That is,
listen. Keemstar came on the show to be interviewed by Tommy NC 2010, right? And, you know, the whole time I'm watching Keem, and I'm like, yeah, you're a dick. This guy's got Down syndrome. You act like a wise ass the whole time. But it was funny in the same breath. It really was. I lost my goddamn mind, too. He had My Little Ponies surrounding every part of his room. And when Keem saw him, he knew that Keem saw him, and he started fucking laughing because he knew how stupid he looked with all the fucking things behind him. Right, Lorenzo? You saw that, right? Yo, that was the funniest shit, man.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh, my God.
I watched it, but I didn't know that.
Dude, it was the funniest shit, man. I love Tommy NC 2010, but yo, some of the guys that he brought on that night, and you mix it with a little bit of Keemstar, yo, I was fucking losing my mind.
I feel so sorry for that guy, though.
Oh my God! No, I don't feel sorry for him.
I watched that video where he's crying and shit.
Yeah,
sorry for the guy.
Listen, I know for a fact he milked it up for the crowd.
I got a big heart.
Anybody could tell that he milked it up that time, but I think a lot of it was sincere as well, and he does deserve the following that he has now. I gotta say, you know, he does. He's on that camera every friggin' day. He's got his buddy Hamza helping him out. You know, if it wasn't for that kid Hamza helping him out, Tommy wouldn't be where he is today, and that's definite.
He doesn't his cameraman.
Yeah, he's like cameraman / producer / a lot of things for him. Good friend. He drives him around. I mean, he does everything for the guy. And he goes without thanks a lot, the guy. And I see that if you watch Tommy's show, you watch his channel, you'll see that he does go, you know, a little bit for granted sometimes from Tommy, you know. So, but I mean, Tommy's a good guy, you know. I think he deserves what he's got. I don't know if you guys know how Tommy blew up on YouTube or not, but he had like 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers. He was on Daniel Taj's show on Comedy Central. They did a shtick with him on there. He was also on MTV, I think, made it. So he's been on a couple of things. He only had 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers being on those shows. He only had 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers. And then all of a sudden one day, the new king of YouTube, Mr. Leafy, the new king, did a video about him, cut a video about Tommy NC 2010. And let me tell you, man, the next day, that kid cut the video because he had Leafy's fans just destroying him in the chat boards, sending messages to him, death threats. So, I mean, he said there was death threats to him. There was all kinds of stuff being sent to him.
That's a little too much.
But long story short, if it wasn't for Leafy doing what he did, honestly, even though Tommy was on those two shows, I don't think he would still be known like he is right now. I think he has 140 or 150,000 subscribers right now. And that happened overnight. As soon as Leafy cut that video against him, like, about him, that was it.
What's so special about Leafy, though?
Leafy's got this. Did you ever watch Leafy?
Yeah, drink bleach and die.
Listen, Leafy's got this thing. He's a younger guy. He's a younger cat. He appeals to the young guys. He says, he's got his whole shtick. I watch his videos. I got to say, I don't watch them intently, but I watch him. He's got talent. He could take a topic and roll with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
That whole genre is eventually going to die with the whole video game and let's talk about something over the video game play. That whole thing is eventually.
Is he actually playing the video game, or is that somebody else playing the video game?
I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. He's always playing like Doom or this other cool game that he plays. I forgot the name of it. Where you just like basically shoot people, jump around on these maps. It's really cool.
Yeah, game. I saw he was playing Overwatch.
Yeah. So, he basically plays those games, and he does this whole satire thing where he's, and honestly, he does let people know, don't take this serious. This is just fucking satire. I don't personally hate the people I'm talking about. He had a couple of chicks on there once that were a bunch of like man haters. And you could see that these chicks were a bunch of man haters. So, I'm sure Leafy saw it and said, you know what? Fuck these bitches, man. I'm going to give them a taste of their own medicine. And he basically put them on his show and he blew them the fuck up. And it was really funny. I got to give it to him. And they did deserve to get their asses ripped, So, he does have good videos. I'll watch him. The person I love on YouTube the most, though, I got to say, is McJuggernuts. That dude. I'm
not familiar with him.
Oh, my God, man. Go watch this guy if you can, man. McJuggernuts is the best on YouTube, bro. He's such a down-to-earth dude. He's like a struggling actor. He worked at a bank. He didn't like the job he was doing, and he told his fucking boss, get this, he walks in one day and he tells his boss, I quit. And the boss is like, why? And he goes, I'm going to become a huge YouTube star. And the boss looks at him like, okay, good luck. So 5 years later, the kid's a huge YouTube star. He makes a whole living out of it. He just got done with this whole series of videos that he was acting in, and people weren't sure if he was acting or not. And it turned out to be one hell of a video series where at the end, he unveiled everybody that he was acting the whole time. And it was pretty cool what he did. Really cool what he did. Now lately, his videos have been like, self-help type of thing, like where he's telling people, hey, if I could do this on YouTube, you guys could do it on YouTube. You have to go about it this way and really believe in yourself. And he's,
like Jeff Huffman working out on the fucking YouTube.
Hey, Jeff's been doing good lately, man. He's been coming up with some good videos lately. I got to give it to him.
I got to watch him to learn how to work out.
Hey, listen, if you're not into that, all right, I understand. Jeff's into that, I like his baseball series he does.
He's also into men.
Huh?
I said he's into men also.
No, he's not.
No, are we talking about Jeff the Corpse? Is that who we're talking about?
No, we're talking about Jeff Huffman.
Mr. Coffee Enema.
You can catch him on Dead on Dave and also Tommy C. Live or Dead or Alive Dead, whatever.
The fucking ghosts in Miss Pac-Man had more personality.
He's doing good, man. He's doing good. Let's change subjects now. Okay? All right, guys. I'm gonna bring in a buddy of mine. We're gonna hit the subject today. I got a pal of mine I know for a while. He's been involved with Black Panthers Party. He's currently in the Black Lives Matter. He's done a lot of work for his people. He's done a lot of. He knows a lot of people. He's been around the block. He knows a lot of things. We're gonna bring him in. My buddy, my man, Mustafa. What's up, baby?
What's up?
How you doing, man? How you doing, man?
I'm good. You
know my fellow guys. We got the Filthy Mouth Gamer in here and Lucky Low.
How you doing, Mustafa?
What's going on?
What's up, baby?
So listen, Mustafa, I had to bring you in, man, because we got to touch on a lot of shit that's going on. I mean, we don't have much time left on this podcast, but we had to bring you in because we want to get a little flavor. What have you been up to, man? What's going on? Anything going on good? I know you were down in Ferguson lately for the protesting that was going on in there. Were you down in New Orleans as of late? Because I heard that you might have been down there as well. I didn't touch bases with you on that.
Yeah, man. The scene was crazy. 5-0 was everywhere. Throwing smoke grenades and everything.
Like, serious. Damn, man. Like, let me ask you this real quick.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right. So you were there in Ferguson when all that shit first went down, right?
That's correct.
Now, let me ask you, you being from New York, right? And because I know that you had went over there and a lot of people had known that you were coming over with a bunch of people from New York, Black Lives Matter group that was going over there to, just to go see what's going on for yourself instead of fucking seeing it through the media. And was it everything that they said, like what was going on down there? Was it total? I mean, we saw what we saw in the videos on TV and YouTube videos and shit, but was it really crazy like that on the ground when you were there? And you being from New York, being an outsider there, but being a black man yourself, you didn't have to worry about getting fucked with by anybody or anything like that, right?
Fellow black people, no. Cops, yes.
Yeah.
5-0 was not treating us right. Like, you know what I mean? Because it was a movement.
Yeah.
And we stood for something we felt was right.
Yeah. And you said they had fucking smoke grenades and shit they were launching at you guys?
Hell yeah, they was, man.
Man.
I was scared for my life, but at the same time, I knew I had to get out of that situation. Yeah. But I still wanted to fight for the cause.
Yeah. So you went down there to represent, but you found yourself in a situation where you were like, shit, man, I want to make it home. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I felt like I had to get home.
Yeah.
If I probably would have stayed there,
let me ask you this:
in a worse situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because you could have God only knows what could have happened. But let me ask you this: when you first went down there, you made plans to go down there with your friends, or whoever you guys went down there with. It was Black Lives Matter, right? How many went down there with you? It was like 7, you said?
Yeah, like 70 or even more.
All right. So listen, when you guys went down there, did you expect it to be as bad? Obviously, you didn't, because you're saying you went down there to show your support and you started to fear for your life at some point, right?
Right. I felt for my life. We didn't know what we was getting into. We just wanted to support Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. But at that point, you were there, like the day after it happened, right? You said?
Yes, I was.
And
me and a couple of 80s, 70-something people.
Yeah. So did anybody get hurt that you went there with? Anybody involved in anything, or you guys all made it back all right?
We all made it back, but some other people got hurt.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder why.
Crazy.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you feel that what you guys did as far as, standing up to the cops and listen, I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not going to say what I thought it was or not, or what it was. All I know is, did you guys feel that you made a statement by what happened in the aftermath there?
I feel as we did, but it's still, I feel like this, though. 5-0 ain't going to stop killing any of us. I feel as though it's going to keep going on, and it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Mustafa, what about the white guys that get killed that they don't report in the news?
I think that's messed up.
Listen, the bottom line is we were talking about this before on the podcast. We were saying how the problem, now it's easy for me to sit here and say the problem ain't the cops or, because I'm not a black man. I don't have to deal with that shit. But listen, I dealt with my own issues with cops, but obviously it wasn't for my skin color. But going back to what you said before about we think that there's a bigger picture in this country. The government, the 1%, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the Illuminati, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I feel they don't want black and white on the same page. And if they can keep us at each other's throats, hating each other, then we're fighting each other and not them. I mean, do you hear that sentiment amongst black men, or is it more of just, it's the cops, and that's it?
Yes, I feel it's the cops in the government, period.
Yeah.
Because you're going to look at it like this. People I know are not racist. I can give you a lot of examples. We ain't going to get into that. Yeah. But I feel it's this. The cops is going is the cops are gonna come for us regardless.
Yeah.
And it's gonna end up being a war.
Yeah.
We're gonna have blacks against whites, and it's not right.
I honestly, as bad as things got in this country and as bad as they may get, I don't think that it'll ever come to the point where we're out in the streets fighting each other because of what color we are. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't think it'll ever get that bad because there's a lot. I mean, listen, Long Island is segregated where we live, where we're from. It is segregated, but you do see on Long Island, there are a lot of versatile people as far as that. You could have a lot of black friends, and black people could have a lot of white friends, and you have that occasional white family that lives in a black neighborhood, and you have that occasional black family that lives in a white neighborhood, and like I don't see much of a racism thing going on Long Island.
Not at all.
And I think the cops out in Nassau County, I would think, are a little bit better than some of these cops we're hearing about in Middle America. Wouldn't you say? Would you say that or not, Mustafa?
Yes, I would agree. There's a lot of 5-0 that.
Now, you dealt with the cops in Ferguson. You dealt with cops in New York. Do you think that the cops in New York are as bad as Ferguson? Just they're all the same? Or you think it's a little bit worse in Middle America? Because it seems like it's a little bit worse.
I agree. I think it's worse in Middle America. Like, I've never, ever seen you ever hear about Nassau County doing something like that.
Yeah, you really don't. I mean, there was something in the news today, though. There was, matter of fact. I did see something about this one officer who they were doing a seminar today, and they were reacting like certain situations to see how people would react. Certain situations that you see today that lead to like things like what happened in Ferguson, and what happened was the officer that was doing the seminar loaded real bullets into his weapon, and the woman that was supposed to be the cop in the car, who was she wasn't a cop in real life. She was playing a cop in this situation. The officer was the perp in this situation. He brought out the gun that was supposed to be loaded with, not real bullets, and they were. And he wound up blowing this woman away in front of all these people. Nobody thought it was real. The cop blew this woman away in front of everybody, her family. It was a seminar to try to be held to show you certain situations.
Can I ask Mustafa a question?
Yeah.
Do you mind, Mustafa? Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Ask the fucking question already, would you?
I just want to know. I'm very curious. You don't think your movement is dividing people?
What, Black Lives Matter, you're saying?
Yeah, I'm just curious what he thinks. Do you think that your movement that you support is dividing people?
I'm going to let him answer this, but I think you're looking at it from like one angle. How do you know that this hasn't got more black people?
I didn't say my opinion. I'm just asking. I want to know his point of view on it.
Do you think that Black Lives Matter has made a difference so far?
No, I don't think so. Because you still got cops doing the same thing, but at the same time, I believe in the movement. Don't get me wrong. I ain't racist or nothing, but at the same time, it's a movement.
Yeah, I understand. You don't have to be racist to believe in something. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially if
he's got a point.
Conserve, yeah. Well, no, listen, I hear where you're coming from, especially if it's to conserve your own kind. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? To be in a movement that you want to better your own kind. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. But how come we can't just all wear shirts, saying every life matters? I hear that, but every life does matter.
I would rock that shirt too, though.
Good. Yeah. See, that's good to hear.
All lives matter.
You heard that? A Black Lives Matter guy just said he'll wear that.
Yeah.
We can't talk about black streets sprouting either.
You can't talk about Black Cocks Matter, man. We can't do it. Even though they do matter.
Black taints matter.
All right. So, listen, I agree with what you're saying, Mustafa. I agree totally with you. And now I just want to say one thing. White taint matters as well. Do you
White taint matters?
Right? Yes. White taint matters. Let's get on the serious thing. We know Mustafa from the old days at the comedy club. Mustafa used to mix it up. Mustafa used to bring us our coke. Mustafa used to bring that good old yo. Mustafa used to walk in the club like, yo, y'all motherfuckers want an eighth? Yo, it's double that price. There ain't nobody else around fucking miles, motherfucker.
Yeah, I used to bring y'all that good.
That good whitey white.
That powder.
Listen, that was that white powder matter. You know, white powder matter. All right, so anyway, we had to break the fucking seriousness over there. All right, for this White Taint Matters. Because we're going to come out with a t-shirt, folks. You want to buy it right now, we're going to have it on sale next week here on the Foul Mouths Network. White Taint Matters. Would you wear it? Would you wear it? Why?
Yeah, I will rock it. I will rock it.
Just ask my wife. She knows all about it.
I'm going to Google White Taint Matters right now and see if anything comes up.
It might not come up.
Hey, listen.
It might just say Black Lives Matter. Or it might just say Black Cocks Rise.
Fucking mud flaps.
Here you go, kid. Yeah, Mustafa in the house.
Put some steak on it.
Mustafa, put some steak on that shit. Mustafa in the hazy, fucking motherfucking cheesy. No, let me stop. Yo, Mustafa, man. So anyway, so then you got back to Long Island. You did your thing. You protested down there. You did your thing. You held it down. What's going on lately in the hood locally around New York? Is it all good? Is it all love? Like, what's the deal?
It's all good till something else happens. Like,
yeah. I don't know. Long Island's pretty good with that shit, man. You know?
Yeah, but what if something else happens? That's general. What do you mean?
If somebody else.
What about the
a lot of shit's been happening.
What about the teacher who told the officer, yes, I have a gun, I have a license for it, and then all of a sudden, 10 seconds later, his fucking girlfriend's taping him take his last breath.
Yeah, you know what? I heard a different side of the story. I heard he's not so innocent.
Oh, what'd you hear? And where'd you hear this from?
Well, first of all, why are you carrying the gun around with you? What do you need the gun on you for in the car?
Well, it's all God-given right.
To carry a gun around?
Yes. If you have a license for it.
Was he going to the gun range?
If you have a license for it, it's your God-given right as an American to carry that firearm.
Oh, listen, I agree with that. I agree with you 100%. But you know what? How do we know what happened in between the time that she wasn't filmed?
The cop said it looked like he was going to reach for the gun that he told me he had, so I shot him. It's like,
so where's the proof that that didn't happen?
Well, I mean,
show me proof. Show me proof that didn't happen.
Let's say this then. All right, let's say this then. The cop is not racist, okay? He just blew the guy away because he thought the guy was going to go reach for a gun.
What would you do?
You need to start hiring motherfuckers that don't have itchy finger triggers.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Listen,
because there was no reason for that guy to be blown away.
What would you do when you're putting your life on the line to protect other people and you're doing your job and then
trigger?
Hold on, listen.
Wouldn't have a hairpin trigger.
Hold on, listen.
Okay.
If you come up to a car, you're doing your job, you're doing everything by what you're supposed to be doing, and you're following protocol, and then all of a sudden you see a fucking gun on some guy's lap. What are you gonna do?
Well, let me ask you this. I don't know if I would start shooting first if he's not reaching for it. You know what I mean? I mean, these guys.
But that's what I'm going back to.
Leg or thigh. Why does every fucking bullet have to be in the chest or the head?
Because that's the way they're trained.
I know that's the way they're trained, but why can't they be trained to fucking shoot somebody in the arm or shoot somebody where the gun is to fucking take the gun out of their hands? Like, instead of fucking going right for the jugular, the first shot's got to be for the head.
I feel we can't talk unless we're in that predicament. If you're in that situation, you might handle it differently. Maybe you could take, time to go and aim at their thigh. But I'm telling you, if it was me, I'd fucking shoot him right in the brain.
But I think it takes a special person to be a fucking police officer, and anybody can just pull their gun and shoot someone the first twitch. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Anybody could do that.
Yeah.
Now wait. I feel it's this though. Why they couldn't use a stun gun? Why they gotta go always use bullets?
Yeah.
Because the motherfucker's black. That's why.
See, exactly. That's what I mean.
All right. Yeah. You ever
see
and they wanted it dead. All right? That's how they wanted
it. Ever see them ever use a stun gun on a black person? I only seen them use it on a white person.
Listen, they do what they got to do. When you're in a situation like that and you're under pressure, you're going to do what you got to do to protect yourself, and you want to go home to your family.
You're going to do what you
guy. He wanted the fucking real estate values to go up in his neighborhoods. So we start shooting motherfuckers.
That's right. That's right.
Well, hey, I mean,
what the fuck?
The fuck?
You hear this shit, Mustafa? This is why we get shit.
I see, I hear.
Talk to you, Mustafa.
Don't put your
Get up in your black ass. I want to get up in your black ass.
Mustafa, what made you join the Black Panthers in the first place?
I know why Mustafa joined the Black Panthers, because back when we was in high school, okay, dudes was fucking with Mustafa, right? And Mustafa said, yo, K-Love, I ain't never gonna let a motherfucker hold me down. And then 2 weeks later, P. Diddy came out with that song, and he ain't ever been the same since. And that's what happened.
That's the truth.
That's the short story.
That's the truth.
That's the short story.
Whole truth.
He said, I ain't even gonna let him.
P. Diddy's a sellout.
Yo, don't be talking about PD like that, man. Don't, no.
That guy's trash.
That's New York, man.
You got a problem with Diddy? You got a problem with Diddy?
All right, who's the hottest rapper out right now, Mustafa?
The hottest rapper alive? Drake.
Mainstream
now,
trash.
Let's get into this Drake shit right now. First of all, I heard Drake talking shit about my boy Eminem. What is up with that?
Wow.
What is up with that? Did you guys hear that latest?
Yes. Hold on.
I didn't hear that, but Eminem's a legend.
Hold on. I would say this much. Even though I'm an Eminem fan, I'm a Drake fan, M will kill anybody you go up against. You put him up.
He's a legend. He's a legend. That guy paved the way for so many white rappers.
That's a fact. Look at what's his name? That dude,
Rocksteady.
The dude that made
If it was a black man, you would have remembered his name.
Bebop and Rocksteady out this mall.
Dude that made I Love College. Look at him.
I Love College. Yeah, that's
look at that. Look at that. Just because he's white, you don't even remember his name.
I don't remember half of the.
That's racist.
Oh, come on, man. Mustafa is the furthest man racist in here.
I'm not racist.
It's all love. It's all love.
No, seriously. But these are a bunch of New York guys, man. We wanted to get Mustafa.
I like Fabulous. You want to talk about New York rap? Fabulous.
Yeah, I would love to see a Philly competition.
You know who's really good lately, though? You know what group I really like lately? I gotta say, I gotta give him a shout out right now. I gotta say,
guys that sing YMCA.
Yeah, those guys that are on the stage and they wear all things.
No, wait. What's up? Why they had to make the black man look like he was one of them?
One of the happiest motherfuckers in there. He was always.
Why they couldn't make the Indian look
smiling the whole video? No, really, I like that new group out, 21 Pilots. You guys heard of them?
I heard of them. I never listened.
Sing that song, Stressed Out. Stressed Out.
I don't really listen to mainstream anymore.
No, I don't really.
I feel like there's no talent.
You heard this, right? You've heard this beat, right?
Yeah, that's from 1998.
Nah, man, this is brand new.
I wish I had a better voice and sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new.
Oh yeah, that's Macklemore.
Nah. I got news for you. These dudes are way better than Macklemore, man. These guys.
This is Q-Tip.
No, this is 21 Pilots, man.
Q-Tip.
Q-Tip. Q-Tip was like, yeah, I love Q-Tip, man. Q-Tip was one of the best New York rappers of all time, man. I'm sorry. Come on.
Busta Rhymes is.
Oh, Busta Bus. Yeah, Busta Rhymes is good. Oh, man, I used to play that old album back in the day, Busta Rhymes album. I think it was his second album. Filthy Mouth Gamer knows what album I'm talking about.
When Disaster Strikes.
Yes, When Disaster Strikes. There was so many good songs on that album, man.
Let me tell you, my favorite Busta Rhymes album would be his first one. Nah, mine would be his first one. You have Woo-Ha, you have It's a Party,
and Purple Toad.
Woo-Ha! I got your ass in check. Never disrespect. Woo-Ha! Yeah, that was a good one. You're right. Wait, what was that other song that was on that one? Oh, I got one. Here's one that'll bring you back. Ready? That's that old New York shit right there, bro. Sit back, relax, and make your mind, y'all. Get ready to unwind, y'all. Yeah, that's that old Buster shit right there.
Now, what about with him? What about with him and ODB?
Yeah.
I like everything raw. And the remix to Wuha.
Yeah, that was no doubt. You know, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think rap is? You think rap is better today than it was back in the days? You think it's getting better or no?
No.
All right.
I like old. I'm an old school guy. I like if you ever hang out with me, you'll see I have a lot of old school music.
Yeah, I love old school, man. I'm an old school guy myself. I like Nice and Smooth. I like
Nice and Smooth is funky.
Yeah, Nice and Smooth was good back in the day. Pete Rock and CL Smooth. I used to like Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Man, there was a lot of good groups back in the mid '90s. House of Pain way back then. De La Soul.
I love De La Soul.
What about this track? Tell me if you remember this track. Now they just don't make beats like this no more, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, they don't make music like that no more, man. As far as I'm concerned, you know, they don't. That's the old school shit. You don't hear beats like that anymore. All right, Mustafa. Let's calm down. We got way off topic, but we gotta have a little fun. That's what it's all about. I don't want to be that serious all the fucking time on a podcast. You know what I mean? You gotta break up the monotony a little bit. Listen, there's a lot of fucked up things going on in this world, but if you can't sit there and laugh about it, then, you know, what's the sense of living? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, but I want to thank you for being on the show today, man. You're going to be checking in from time to time with us on the podcast. You know, you got a couple of dudes that we're going to be bringing on probably in the next podcast, right? A couple of people, you know, that might do some in-studio rap. We got some of their music that we're using exclusively on the FoulMouthsNetwork. You can check them out. There's a boy that, you know, there's one dude that we used his music last podcast, Moto, my boy Moto. I want to give a big shout out to him for letting us use that music, man. This shit is pure fire. I listen to a lot of shit today on the cloud, and I got to say, Moto and his whole crew, man, whoever he's got producing his music for him is fucking top notch.
Yeah, shit is hot.
And I look to see those guys fucking, you know, I mean, they already blew up, but I look to see them even bigger than they already are, because the sky's the limit. When you got good lyrics and you got good music, sky's the limit. So I want to give a big shout out to them. And, you know, listen, keep it real. That's what it's all about. We got to keep it real. And this is just us bullshitting and telling you our views. If you don't like what we say, we apologize. If you like what we say, hit the fucking like button, hit the subscribe button, and help us out.
I don't give a fuck.
I really don't give a fuck if we have 30 people listening to us or 5. It really doesn't matter if my friends are listening, if my YouTube friends are listening. I don't really give a shit either way.
Black Lives Matter.
Having fun.
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, that's all that matters. White taint matters. You know, black taint matters. Everything matters. Black penises, vaginas. And let me tell you, if you're in the Olympics right now and you're over there, and where the fuck are they playing again? In Africa right now? They're in Brazil.
I thought it was Rio.
Let me tell you something. If you're an American woman over there, you got a vagina, you're running the fucking Olympics. Because I got to give a big shout out to the American women over there running the Olympics, because they just went over there and are just dominating the Olympics right now, the American women. I mean, come on, guys.
Shout out to them.
The American women, I mean, really, they're dominating right now. I think they said there's 53% of the Americans over there are women. So they got that already. There's more women than men over there for us. And these women are on fire in gymnastics, in swimming. I mean, they're just ripping it up in everything.
You know what I read somewhere? I think it was the other day. They said this is the first time in a while all the medal went to us, United States.
Right now, I think as it is right now, on today's date, which is what, what's today's date? The 10th?
Yeah, the 10th.
Okay, today's as of the 10th right now of August. The women, the U.S. is is winning by a lot over China in second place, and we got more gold medals than anybody. Phelps went for a couple more, and like I said, we had the gymnastics are bringing it home. Those girls over in the gymnastics squad are unbelievable.
Hopefully, we don't give that gold away.
And we also have somewhat of a local girl. It's not local, but the new New York Islanders owner, his niece is a gold medal winner over there too in swimming. And they interviewed her, and when they did, they asked her about the Islanders, and she said, "Yes, I'm a diehard Islander fan. I'm going to be at the games this year." Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so the new New York Islanders owner, his niece is over there representing us, and I mean, just good news all around over there so far, and in Rio, and they're kicking ass, man. They really are. So I got to give it to them. And we're going to leave it at that, guys. We're going to see you guys for the third episode coming pretty soon. Like I said, guys, if you like it, hit the like button for us, and subscribe if you like it. If not, then go fuck yourself. All right?
Fuck off.
Peace, love, and
next time. We out. Listen to this from my boy Moto on the way out. This is that top knot fucking straight fire by Moto and crew. Check it out.